Okay. Hi, my name is Aaron Manheimer. We're here at Wattage, and we're doing a dynamic warm-up with Tanner Barnes today. He's an All-American sevens player, the Collegiate All-Americans. We're going to start our basic warm-up that we would do for a game, and we usually use about 10 yards, and today we'll just use a shorter distance for the demonstration of the exercise. First one we're going to do is called a high knee hug, and then he's going to do a hamstring stretch on the way back. So go ahead and lift your knee up. He's going to pull his toes up all the way and come up onto his toes, and then put it down and step forward. Each time he wants to make sure he's pulling his toes up, and then the bottom leg needs to be straight. And squeeze your butt on that side. So bottom leg straight. Once you've got this part down, try to start pulling your shoulder blades back when you squeeze your knee in. So here, squeeze the shoulder blades back, step forward. Okay, and then he's going to do a hamstring stretch on the way back. Yeah, so he's bending over a lot. You really want your butt to go back in this stretch. And if you don't feel a lot of stretch here, you can start to get in that same position and then turn in the same direction that you have your leg straight. A lot of times we'll do this first one twice, and so the second time we'll add the rotation for the hamstring. The next one we're going to do is called knee up and over. So it's like the high knee hug, but now we're going to bring the knee across the body and try to stretch out the glute. Still bringing the toes up, still coming up onto the toes on the planted leg. And you want to make sure that your hips don't swivel too much, that you're actually bringing that knee across the body, up and over. And then we're going to add, here we'll just add the hamstring stretch going back. Working on getting the butt back. You want to keep your back straight. If you curve your back, you're going to lose the stretch into your hamstring. Okay, the next one is going to be a side lunge with a crossover. So Tanner's going to face this way. He's going to start with his feet together, and he wants to plant his leg straight out across.
All the way down.
Yeah. So when you do a side lunge with a crossover, you want to engage your butt muscle on this right side. So what you're going to do is you're going to step in, and you want your knee and your ankle and your hip aligned on this one side, and then you're going to push through that leg, engaging the butt muscle, cross over, and then reach back to this opposite side. Swing your glute out on this side so you stretch out your IT band. You're going to stand back up all the way, back in here, hands out, push through that glute, cross back over, reach again. So give that a try, Tanner. No, so you're coming out of it. Come down and in. Now push through that. See if you can pick the left leg up, cross over, and then reach down, grab that, and swing your butt out this side. So, yeah, and you want to be a little bit more dynamic. So as you're stepping, you're going in, you're dropping down into that side lunge instead of planting it and then dropping down. So you're going to plant, there you go, push through, and then reach back. Turn a little bit more before you reach back. So you're going to cross over, turn your chest, swing this hip out, and drop down and touch that side. All right.
Turn first.
Yeah. And try to keep both feet planted. Yeah. Okay, and then coming back. Right, so try to correct that left knee because it's starting to come out. You want to keep it in line, the hip and the knee and the ankle. Yeah. Reaching back this way. So when you step out, don't step out quite so far and keep the right leg locked. Lock the right leg. Now as much as you can, try to get, you don't have to go really far down, at least a parallel, and then see if you can lift that leg up without coming out of it. Here, yeah, that's better. Okay. here we're looking at knee stability as well. So it's okay if his knees go past his toes. We don't want his toes pulled down and in. We want the pressure through the whole foot. It's okay if it goes forward, you don't want to go too far past. And then when he rotates, we want to make sure we have separation from stability of the lower body to the upper body. So hands are going to come out. As he rotates, he's got to make sure he keeps this knee in the same alignment. So he's got a little bit of a limitation here on his right lat is a little tight, so he's unable to like keep it perfectly still. But you can just watch that. So if you're a player and you're doing the warm-up, you don't want your knee to continuously move whichever way you're rotating. You're looking for a disassociation, just like if you were passing a rugby ball and your whole body didn't turn with the pass. Do a couple more. Okay, and then from this position, he's going to go back. This time he's going to do a reverse lunge, and he's going to reach up to the sky every time. He's trying to stretch out his abdominals. He doesn't want to arch his back, so he's just going to reach up high instead of reaching back behind him. Yeah, so reach up high. He's going to squeeze his glute on this side, and then a big power step off his front leg to get back up. And he can drop his hands in between and reach back up. You want to try to connect your thumbs as you're reaching up, or you can overlap. Okay, and then from here we're going to go into the inchworms. We're going to start to warm up the upper body and the core. So he's going to walk out as far as he can, feels it in his core, and then he's going to use his ankles to walk himself up as close as he can. So he's got a little bit of a hamstring stretch, and then he's going to walk it back out. When he walks out, he doesn't want to wiggle back and forth. He's trying to stay neutral through his spine and through his hips, and then walk it back. Okay, then we're going to go into the Spiderman. So you're going to start in a push-up position. Right side up. He's going to squeeze his butt on this side, straighten the legs so he feels a stretch in the hip flexor. You might also feel it in the groin on the right side. He wants his knee past his ankle, and then he's going to bring this hand up to the sky like that. You don't want to over rotate, just straight up. Right, now he's going to bring his hand down on this side. He's going to stretch his hamstring, so bring the toes up like that. And then he's going to come forward off this right leg, walking it all the way forward. Then he goes to the other side. So he's got to tighten the glute on this side, straighten the leg, bring this hand up, look up towards the sky. And the hand down on the other side. Stretch your hamstring, walk it forward. Coming back from this one, we're just going to do a regular quad stretch. So he needs to keep his chest open, keep his knees together. If he wants to increase the stretch, he just pulls the knee back away from the hip like that. You don't really need to go down towards the ground. If you can just move that hip back and away, you're going to increase the stretch without having to reach to the ground. That's sort of the last thing that you do. Okay, now we're going to get into some neuromuscular movement patterns, just a little bit of fast feet to stimulate the nervous system. So he's going to do what's called 2-inch runs. He's moving his feet forward 2 inches at a time. We're going to go for 4 or 5 seconds, and then he's going to burst into a sprint from that position. So he's going to get down in an athletic position a little bit wider than that. I should be able to slide a credit card just under his heels. So his weight is shifted a little bit forward. So just bring your heels up just a little bit. Okay, so ready? Ready. So do the same thing coming back. Heels just slightly off. Ready. Ready. Okay, now we're going to do a base rotation. So we're just rapidly moving the feet back and forth, and then we're going to sprint straight out of that position. So down into a base position. Down. Ready. Ready. Okay, base position again. We're going to do the base rotations. Down. Ready. Ready. Okay, the last one we're going to do is the lateral. So you're facing that way. Ready? Ready?
Same way?
Yeah. Down. Ready? Ready? And that's your dynamic warm-up. So if you have a sevens tournament, this is a good one to start off with your players. If you're concerned, if you have 5 games in a day and you don't want to wear your players out, you can shorten the distance. You can eliminate a couple of the exercises, but generally you want to go through all these exercises and these different movements with your players every time you warm up. Thank you.